Hi, this is Michelle Earhart, staff writer with Tom's Hardware. I'm here with Andrew Friedman, our senior editor, and also Rahul from Dell, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Rahul Tikoo. I'm the Senior Vice President responsible for all the client products here at Dell. Really nice to be here, and hello to all your viewers.
Of course. So we've just been doing these shows every day for CES, giving representatives from different tech manufacturers a chance to talk to us in more detail about what they're bringing to the show, since we can't have the show floor. So we're going to be doing more later, tomorrow and such. But right now we have Dell. So if you want to leave any comments, feel free, and we can bring them up and bring up questions for Rahul. But now, feel free to delve. I know you have two machines with you right now, Rahul. So feel free to start showing them off.
Yeah, so just to quickly set the stage, more and more of our customers are working from home, learning from home, and playing from home. And what they're telling us is that productivity, connectivity, collaboration is super important to them. So we're bringing that into our latest and greatest devices in the portfolio. We're really excited. We're launching a set of brand new devices here at CES. And really what I'm most excited about is the Latitude 9420. And we took a really different approach to this design. We really asked our customers, what are you looking for from a user experience standpoint from this device? And we built that into the product first and then wrapped it into this beautiful machined aluminum design with diamond cut edges and this beautiful Titan gray color, which makes it really pop and look silver. But it's also only 2.9 pounds, so it's a very light device. And some of the experiences that we've invested in this product are things like PC as a conferencing experience. And what that means is we've invested in these 3D audio grills. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but we have 3D audio, top firing, bottom firing speakers. We have 4 noise canceling microphone arrays built into the top of the bezel. And we have invested in camera technologies with IR camera, but also temporal noise reduction, low light capabilities. So you can really get the best video conferencing experience out of this device. The other big thing that we've done is connectivity. We're working at home and we're fighting for connection and bandwidth at home. And we wanted to make sure that we have the best connectivity design in these products. So not only does it have Wi-Fi 6E for most bandwidth from a Wi-Fi perspective, but it also has 4G. And what we're excited to now expand is our 5G portfolio. So this is our second 5G device in the Latitude lineup. We were first to market with the Latitude 9510, which, by the way, we announced at CES this past year. And so it's amazing. It's been a year, and here we are talking to you guys. And then finally, productivity. These are work devices. Latitude is our work line of devices. And so we're investing in better thermal designs with dual opposite outlet fans, so you can get 66% more performance out of this device. So again, investing in things that matter to our users. Finally, what I'm really excited about on this device also is intelligence. Not only are we investing in great hardware features, we brought this technology called Dell Optimizer. And what Optimizer does is this is an artificial intelligence machine learning software tool that understands how you want to use the machine and personalizes it, and based on your context, can give you more performance, can log you in faster, can remove all of the background noise from your audio, can give you much better connection bandwidth. So there's a lot of cool things that the software can do that makes that personal computer more personal. It's more personalized. So that's an example of a product that we've brought to market here at CES.
Perfect. Thank you. Andrew, do you have any questions?
course, one thing I actually really want to ask you about that I was surprised you didn't bring up is the e-shutter on the 9420.
I did not bring it up, Andrew, because I was sure you were going to ask me about
that. Right. So I believe the basic pitch here is that the shutter auto closes when you're not using it and opens when you're using an application that requires it.
That's right.
Go ahead, please go ahead.
So we built in an electromechanical shutter, and that electromechanical shutter is a smart shutter, again, bringing intelligence and small delighters like this into the product lines, where we were calling it safe shutter. And what it does is when you have a Zoom or a Teams or an application that wants to use camera technology, it automatically opens up. When you close that application, it automatically closes. And you can tell it's closed because there's a red light that you can see, or a red sign that you can see it's closed. So you know that you're safe. And then for people that really don't want to use the camera, we actually have a camera mute key. I know you think it's not a big deal. People think it's not a big deal. Like, we've had microphone mute keys, but we're living in the world of video cameras today. So we wanted to go built in a camera mute key, and we built that into the keyboard.
And then the other thing I wanted to ask about, and I know you've done this before on Latitude, but the 9420 is really two products, right? It's both you could get it as a laptop or as a two-in-one?
Yes, and so you'll see that in a lot of our lineup. One of the things that we were trying to accomplish was, with one image, how do we allow you to choose whether you want a two-in-one, so it's a foldable like this, and you can actually use it as a tablet with pen or touch, or a traditional clamshell. This is no different than if you were to go get a touch, non-touch option on your screens, if you were to choose a Core i5 or a Core i7. So we wanted to make it that simple. Instead of having you to buy a completely different product, have a completely different image that you have to manage, we made it very simple. It's a hinge-up option.
And it looks like, Michelle, do you want to bring up? It looks like
so we have a question from a viewer here, Javier, who asks, as customers, we like easy expandability. Is Dell into expandability or closed systems? So could I add an SSD to this? Could I add more memory? How upgradable is it?
Yeah, so, it's easy to access with the right, we have screws, the bottom is screwed in, so it's easy to access. You'll have to remove some screws, and then it's a tough design. You have everything right there. So, there are certain things that you would be able to upgrade, but memory is soldered down on these products.
And that's typically to allow the laptop to be thinner, correct?
That's right. So, if you look at the profile of this product, it's a 2.9 pound product. It's the smallest footprint. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, this is a 1610 screen. So it's a much bigger screen than we're traditionally used to in the 16.9. And we're able to do this in this 2.9 pound, really small footprint because of some of the trade-offs that we just talked about, right? With soldered down memory, we're able to make it smaller.
What kind of display resolution options are there with that 1610 screen?
QHD is the highest end. We have FHD starting.
Great. So we have another comment here. Thin and light are not really upgradable. Again, just some sacrifices to upgradability in order to get that space. And speaking of that, what sort of specs can we expect to be inside this laptop? Just for any viewers who are joining in now.
Yeah, so this has all the way up to Core i7 processors, 11th gen Intel processors, 32 gigs of memory, multiple terabyte SSDs. So all the bells and whistles that you would expect from an office laptop is available in the Latitude 9420.
And then there's going to be a 15-inch version as well, correct? Yes.
So we do have we have a very big portfolio. I mean, if you think about it, I'm showing you one product. This is the 14-inch. There's going to be a 15-inch 9000 series to the 9520. We've also announced a whole set of 7 series, which is across 13, 14, and 15 screen sizes all the way up to ultra high definition screens, so UHD screens. We also have 5000 series. In fact, the 5000 series is sort of our scalable product line. It meets a lot of our different customers' needs. And I'm really excited about all of these products. So, if you think about the 5000 series, right, not only do we have the right, the 13, 14, 15 form factors, up to 64 gigs of memory, the, multi-terabytes of storage, all of the things that we expect. But it also comes with performance options where we have the Intel H series processors, discrete graphics available on the Latitude 5000 series. But really what I'm most proud of on the Latitude 5000 series is what we have done with sustainability. If you were listening to what Dell said about our 2030 moonshot goals, by 2030, we want about half the product content to be recycled or renewable. And so we are bringing a lot of sustainability into our 5000 series. And what I'm really proud of is the investment that we've made in bioplastics. So the lid of the 5000 series, which is this right here, is made with bioplastics, and bioplastics is a byproduct of the paper making process, and we're the first PC in the industry that are bringing bioplastics into PC manufacturing. And so if you look at that lid, between bioplastics, post-consumer recycled plastics, post-industrial recycled carbon fiber, low VOC waterborne paints, 70% of that lid material is recyclable or renewable. And so we're making some giant leaps in the direction of sustainability. So it's not only important for us to have great user experience, great performance, the features that our customers love, but we also want to do it in a way that it's good for the environment, good for our future generations. So I'm really proud of that.
So then the chassis would be plastic and not metal then, correct?
Yeah, so the 5000 series is what we call carbon fiber reinforced polymer. So we take aerospace carbon fiber and we crush it and put it into plastic, and that's how we form the chassis. So it gives it the rigidity of the structure, but at the same time it's highly sustainable.
We have a question from a viewer here. Are these touch screens? I know that you said that they were earlier, both pen and finger. Does it come with a pen at all, or?
Yeah, so the 2-in-1 option does come with a pen.
Perfect. Can you? Where do you store that? Can you store it in the laptop?
So it's a magnetic pen, so it attaches to either side.
And
Great.
It was actually speaking of rigidity. There was a similar question from Tim on Facebook who asked, "Is it sturdy?" He's kind of tough on laptops. So do you have any sort of mil-spec testing or anything like that?
Yes. So all of our Latitude products are mil-spec tested. And these go through extensive drop testing, extensive flex testing. We're also doing tests like POGOs where we're pressing the lid all the time, pressing the keyboards. So these are really mil standard products, not all the way to our rugged product lines, because we do have a rugged product line in Latitude 2, but we learn from what we're doing in our rugged product line and bringing learnings into our rest of our commercial portfolio.
And so that includes the ones that are made with the recycled plastics as well?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
All right. And then I believe you said you also had another device to show us.
Yeah, but before I jump into that, because I know you guys all want to talk about Alienware.
I can see the comments like chomping at the bit.
But before I talk about Alienware, I just want to quickly touch on another category of devices, and I think it's important because it sort of touches on the need of the times, right? So,
right.
As we think about work from home, and we think about even post-pandemic, we're going to head into this hybrid work mode where more people can, not only work from home, but they're going to be sort of working from home and from sites or seamlessly on a weekly basis. So how do we enable their home offices with the right productivity that surrounds their notebooks? So we're introducing a whole new lineup of video conferencing monitors for the home. So these are beautiful monitors. I'm really most excited about the wide QHD 34-inch curved monitor for the home. You can take that monitor, and it's got a one-touch Teams button that you can just click on and get onto your meeting. It has a 5-megapixel camera, so you get really high resolution, really good camera for your video conferencing calls. Multi 5-watt speakers, so you get really the surround sound view. You see the sound bar at the bottom, and then it has built-in noise canceling microphone. So really, you can be in a very effective work position from home using these monitors along with the Latitude devices that I just showed you.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear that there's a dedicated Microsoft Teams button. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have switched to Teams, but some others are using other solutions like Zoom or maybe a video chat from Google or from Slack. So, is that button reprogrammable at all, or is it specifically for Teams?
So the button is specifically for Teams, but you can use any video conferencing application of your choice on the product, right? So, the other thing, Andrew, that I'm really excited about on this product also is, I don't know about you, but I'm spending like 8 to 10 hours in front of a screen all day, and it's tiring, right? And so, one of the things that we wanted to do was bring in some comfort features into our monitors. So not only do we have the traditional tilt and swivel and height adjustability so you can manage where you're looking, but we're also now bringing into our Latitude devices, but also across our monitor lineup, hardware low blue light features. And so what that really means is we're getting the low blue light, the harmful low blue lights out of the light spectrum on your monitors, on your Latitude PCs, so that eye fatigue is not an issue, eye safety is not an issue, and that's just built in, right? It's different than the software features that you get as a part of the operating system. This is just built into the LCDs.
And what sizes does this come in besides the 34-inch?
So we have a 24, 25, and a 34-inch. And hey, I got a 40-inch creator's monitor for you too. It's a wide, ultra high definition creator's monitor, and I call it the creator's monitor because it's in our ultra sharp lineup, and it's really made for digital creators, right? Videographers, photographers that want to do color correct work, right? So it is billion plus colors, 5K 2K screen resolution, has DCI P3 and Adobe RGB, color gamut support. And it comes with all of the comfort features that I just talked about, including low blue light. But the other thing that it comes with is a USB hub where you can connect it directly to your laptop, and it'll charge your laptop. You don't need a separate power cable for your laptop. And it has an Ethernet connection, so you can actually connect Ethernet directly to it. I know people are using wired Ethernets today. And, for digital creators where they're transferring large files, that's something that they care about. And so we're bringing that to the home too.
Great. We have a comment here, a bit of a jokey comment from a viewer named Benjamin, just saying 8 to 10 hours. Those are rookie numbers with how much time people spend in front of a screen. But it does sort of remind me with the Latitude that you showed off, what sort of battery life can we look at?
So, I think we've taken the battery life question off the table. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the 7410 announcement 2 years ago, or the 9410 or 9510 announcement last year. We're pretty standard coming over 20 plus hours of battery life in all of our products, right? So, to me, that's sort of par for the course at this point, so I don't even talk about it, is you get multi-days of usable battery life, right? Your mileage may vary, of course, based on what you do, but you get multi-days of usable battery life out of these products.
I assume that doesn't translate to the gaming products then.
It does not.
So sort of to segue then, I understand you also have an Alienware laptop to show us?
Yes, so, I got the beast here. and this beast is our Alienware laptop. This is our next gen. It's our next gen M17 that I'm showing you, Alienware M17. And so, 17-inch laptop, of course. We have invested in a beautiful design. And really what we're doing here is a couple things, right? One is we're introducing the new NVIDIA next-gen graphics options in this product. Supports up to 198 watts of graphics, before you ask me. And I think the other big thing that I'm really excited about on this product is 360 hertz displays. So the refresh rate on the display is 360 hertz at about 3 milliseconds of latency. So your gameplay can be really fast. So when you're playing those games, the motion blur doesn't occur, right? So it's really a beast of a laptop that we're bringing to the market here. We have the little brother of this, the M15 R4 too, and that will be also coming to the market. I'm showing you the darker version. There's a lunar light version, which is a white, off-white kind of a laptop. But again, really excited about bringing this to market.
And 360 hertz display, what sort of resolutions are we talking about with that?
So this is an FHD with the 360 hertz display, and we also have a UHD, which has a lower refresh rate.
Great. What sort of material? Is it IPS, OLED?
It's an IPS, yes.
Okay, great. Andrew, seems like you have a question.
Yeah, I was curious. So the 360 hertz panel, definitely on the 17-incher. Is that on the 15-inch, the M15 as well? Or?
No, it's not on the 15-inch. So we have it on the 17-inch. We pack the 17-inch to be the best of the best of the best. But the 15-inch is no slouch either. And when you look at our 15 inches, we have an OLED UHD display, 60 hertz, and then we have a FHD 300 hertz display on the 15-inch too.
Great. What sort of other specs can we expect, like CPU, memory?
So, the 17-inch product has the Core i9 KSQ processors. So these guys turbo up to 5.3 gigahertz. So really, really high-end processors. We're also going to have about 198 watts of GPU power, so you can put NVIDIA Next Gen 30 series all the way up to 3080 Max P. So really, full-scale performance from a GPU perspective. 32 gigs of DDR, 4 terabytes of RAID 0 support. Really very, very capable beast of a laptop for gaming, or if you're a creator with an interest in gaming on the side, right? It's a very capable laptop.
What sort of keyboard are we looking at there? I know in the photo we have it sort of backlit and stuff, but what other customization options?
So it's a 1.7 millimeter key travel. So, of course, we know gamers like their keyboards. This is the Alienware keyboard that you guys are used to. We aren't changing that. And then you have the RGB colors, the Alien FX colors, so you can customize it. So again, this has been in market on the Alienware products. Nothing too new on the keyboard side.
Great.
I have a question about the GPU, and I mean, we're seeing a lot. NVIDIA's announcement today led to a slew of announcements about them being about NVIDIA refreshes. Those on the desktop, those Ampere GPUs have been extremely, extremely popular, and I guess we're expecting some. And in fact, there's been a demand issue. Do you have a plan to keep up with demand on the M15 and M17 if they're as popular as the desktops are?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we wouldn't be bringing into market if we didn't go plan the right supply chain on these devices, right? And that's really where our partnership with folks like NVIDIA and Intel is important, right? Is when we work with them, we generally are first on the table with the demand of our customers, right? So that partnership really helps us.
And then speaking of Intel, the other day they announced their Tiger Lake 11th Gen 35 watt part. And this is not the only computer by far we've seen sticking with 10th Gen Comet Lake. What's the reasoning for choosing Comet Lake over the 35 watt part? Is it higher frequencies, or is where does that decision fall?
Hey, so I think you need to stay tuned for our future product news. That's all.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So we have a question from a viewer here, Javier again. Is USB-C charging becoming a standard, or does this have its own proprietary charger?
So on this particular product, the Alienware product, we do have the barrel charger. You can see that here on the back. If I'm pointing to it, yeah, right here. But in our office laptop lineup, USB-C is becoming more standard because as we get thinner, the profile of the USB-C helps us to sort of get thinner, right? We don't have that problem when we're packing in 198 watts and when we're shipping a 340 watt brick to power your gaming rig, right? So this is still with a barrel.
So we can still expect these sort of high-powered gaming PCs to have their own chargers for a bit.
Yes, yeah, for some time, yes. As we miniaturize that technology and get more power out of that USB-C, at this ranges, you should be expecting barrel for now.
Speaking of high-powered gaming PCs, we might have one more to talk about. Andrew, do you have any last questions about the Alienware laptops?
No, but I have a feeling I know what the other one you want to bring up is.
Okay.
Hey,
So cool. I know that Dell also makes desktops, and you don't necessarily have it to show us, but we have information, I understand. Let me see if I can pull up the image about.
Yeah, so we're also launching the Alienware Aurora Ryzen edition with the new AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors. So we're really excited about this product. You know, we're bringing in a lot of innovation into this product, and you know, if you think about you know, our desktop customers, they're very excited about it. Not only does it have the latest and greatest and fastest AMD CPUs, we also have 128 gigs of memory footprint on this, so it's a beast from a memory perspective. You know, and we're also bringing in the next gen NVIDIA and AMD GPUs into this product line. So you can expect the big Navi and the Ampere class GPUs coming into this product line too.
Even sort of high-powered gaming rigs, I don't necessarily see everything reaching as high as like 128 gigs. So what's the impetus for that sort of option?
You know, I think more and more of our customers are also using these devices for creation. You know, so I think that is why the bigger footprints help. Is these are now more than gaming rigs; these are also creative devices, right? If you think about what we're hearing from gamers in the market, especially when you look at Gen Z, almost half of the Gen Z population identifies themselves as gamers. They're not all buying the machine just to game. They're also using it for their day jobs, whether it's video editing or creating games or, you know, other creative pursuits. But, you know, their alter ego is also gaming. And so this is sort of a multi-purpose machine, if you ask me.
Great. Andrew, any thoughts about this new Aurora?
I actually have a pure naming question about the Aurora. So the Ryzen edition has been the R10, but because this is such a, you know, there's a leap. Obviously, it's very similar, if not the same chassis as last time around. Given that there's a new generation of Ryzen processors and you have the newer GPUs from both AMD and NVIDIA, like why is it not the R, you know, the next iteration up, like the R12? I know R11 is taken.
Yes, you will hear more about that, Andrew. Stay tuned.
So this is
ahead of
another.
myself.
Look, you know, we you know us. We have all kinds of news through the year for you guys. So stay tuned for that.
Are there any changes to the chassis internally, or is it just the same chassis with the newer parts?
It's the same chassis with newer parts.
And then when this is going to start selling this month?
Yeah, they're available now.
Oh, but with the new chips?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you heard
Okay.
that.
That actually brings up a good point. We haven't talked about availability or pricing for the other products you've shown. But do you know like when we can expect to be able to get our hands on the Latitude or the new Alienware M15, M17, etc.?
Yeah, so if you go to Dell.com, they're all available for sale as of today. The Latitude has the 7 series and the 5 series available for sale today. The Alienware has the entire lineup, the new lineup that we announced. The 9 series in Latitude will be for sale in a couple of months, so it'll still be in the spring timeframe. But we did announce it and launch it at CES.
So we're kind of pulling a Nintendo Direct, I suppose. Available now. So our viewers can obviously go see these store pages and learn for themselves. But do you have any pricing info that you can just tell us right now?
I don't have them handy. They're all available. Go online, check out the prices, and buy them today, and get them in 10 days.
We can't fault the plug, I guess. But Andrew, any other thoughts before we move on?
Actually, I do have one, which is one last one about the Aurora, which is the GPUs, with the exception of, I guess, today's surprise NVIDIA RTX 3060 announcement, came out fairly recently, as did the CPU. What made CES the right place to launch the new desktop? Because we haven't been seeing too many desktops this year.
Yeah, CES is broader than you could ask the same question of Latitude, right? What makes it the right place to launch an office machine? And to me, CES is about bringing the best of technology. It's no longer just a consumer electronics show. It's really bringing together the best of technology for our customers. And so we launch commercial products, office products, monitors, desktops, notebooks, the whole gamut, Andrew. So I think if we think about our business, there's a large set of users that are still super interested in desktops, right? Desktops give scalability, the modularity, the headroom that they're looking for. So we're committed to this space. We're continuing to invest in it across our portfolio, Optiplex for the office. And we have several desktops in the consumer space too that we are continuing to refresh and bring new innovations to.
We've noticed a lot of, manufacturers hyping up their laptops recently with the work from home life, because they are, they're convenient devices that have everything you need for at least casual use in one device. But I noticed that I've been using my desktop more work from home because mobility isn't a huge issue for me right now. So have you been noticing any greater push for desktops from consumers?
We're seeing a stronger push on mobility right now. And the reason for that is even when you're inside your house, you want to be able to move around. And, frankly, the pandemic is not going to last. We're not all going to be, in the prisons of our homes for the rest of eternity. We're going to come out and we're going to go about our lives, and we'll want to work from coffee shops and airports and other places, right? And so, this is future proofing. People are investing in mobility. Now, there are industries and there are places where desktops are absolutely relevant and will remain relevant. And, whether it's retail, point of sales, whether it's healthcare, finance, even when you're looking for the highest performance, like our gamers, right, or our digital creators, right, desktops will continue to rule the roost there.
Great. So sort of going off of that, again, the Latitude gives you that mobility. We had a manufacturer do this earlier on a stream with us. I'm curious if you would indulge us. Would it be possible to show a size comparison between the Latitude and the Alienware? I know they're two different markets. But
yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
So there's your difference between gaming and non-gaming.
That's right. And so that should give you a sense, right? Also, of course, this is a 17-inch and this is a 14-inch.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's that delta.
Huge screen.
But it should give you a sense of, look, gamer value. This is performance.
Mm-hmm.
and people who work and want to be mobile value the mobility of 2.9 pounds while giving them good enough performance to get their work done, right? That's the difference.
Great. So I assume we're not going to be able to learn much about this, but I do want to feature, we have a question from a viewer. Is Dell going to have a laptop with an ARM processor?
We talk to all of our partners and try and understand what their roadmaps have. So am I announcing something? No. Nothing to announce, nothing to say about our ARM partnership, but absolutely we think about all of our partners, Intel, ARM, and AMD, and how do we place it in the right parts of our portfolio.
Thank you. No harm in asking. I assume we'll maybe learn about that at some point if it's coming. So at this point, I think we've gone through all the different products we had lined up to talk about. Oh, maybe a tablet, they ask.
You have all kinds of traps.
You have comments here who wanna sign up to be Dell designers, Dell engineers. But is there any more to your line that we haven't discussed that you want to sort of delve into? Or I swear that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, so I think one other product that you will see us announce is our Latitude 7320 detachable. So it's a 13-inch detachable that we're bringing to market, answering the tablet question, right? Our strategy around tablets is really detachables and two-in-ones versus a true tablet. And we're bringing in this really beautiful 13-inch product into the detachable space, which has similar features to the rest of our 7000 and 9000 lineup, but also has pen. And I think what I really love about it is, it has a garaged pen in the keyboard. Again, a really beautiful product, again, available for sale. You can go online and buy it, and that's our tablet story.
Perfect. I think we're reaching about time for the show. So thank you so much for joining us, Rahul. And thank you to the comments for all the wonderful questions. We have coverage of all of these products up on the Tom's Hardware site. So you can go there and read our articles about that. These products that we've seen are also available on Dell, so you can visit their website as well to learn more. And be sure to tune in tomorrow because we're doing daily coverage of CES, and we'll have plenty of more shows down the line for you. Andrew, any closing thoughts?
No, just thank you, Rahul, for your time. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and stay safe out there.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.